Hello! I'm so glad we're ready for class today. Let's start quickly and promptly with no distractions. On Monday, you have vocab 1 through 10. And we're doing a primary source. Tuesday, 11 through 20 in a lecture. Wednesday, 21 through 30 in a lecture. I'm so glad we got that clearly out of the way in a speedy time period with no distractions. Let's begin our map, friends. We don't need any soapbox material. We're just going to go straight to the map because we are all about using our time effectively. Mari, you just hurt my feelings. Oh, I haven't plugged in. Shit. Here we go. Alright, so on your maps, let's do it. Do you want the complicated side first or the easy side first?
Complicated.
Weirdos. Alright. Get it out of the way. We don't have time. Is it because if? Why? We've used our time so effectively this morning, Sydney. There was no rants. There was no explanations. We got straight to topic. Straight to topic. What?
Why don't you stop documentation?
Here we go. Indian Ocean. Let's just put it here. Indian Ocean. Oh my god, it feels so great doing a map. Bryn, I was going to play a joke on you and tell you to take out paper because I forgot to write an essay. But I can't spell Gaul. Gaul is over here. We're going to put Rome. I'm going to draw a line to it, though. Rome is here. Do you want me to zoom in?
Yes.
Britain. And where Rome's always been? On the peninsula, friend. Where else would it be? No? Is this better, darling? Is that better? Med Sea is here. No, this is too much. I'm sorry I got sassy. It's really fighting back now. Alright, we have Athens here. You can't really see it. I'm sorry. I'm going to draw a line to it. This is Athens. This is your Balkans. We got the Black Sea. Above Greece. We have Constantinople, which is right here. This is Anatolia. Over here, we're going to put Carthage. We have the Caspian Sea. We have the Persian Gulf. Red Sea. Arabian Sea. We have the Hindu Kush Mountains. Then we have the Himalayas. Then we have the Bay of Bengal. What?
It's the Persian Gulf.
It's Persian Gulf. It's Caspian Sea, Persian Gulf, Arabian Sea. Okay, so we're going to draw in a river. We got the Indus River. And then we have the Yangtze River. All right. That's it. Okay. So, over here, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So we got Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Eastern, Roman Empire, parentheses around Roman, and then you have Western, parentheses, Roman Empire. Bless you. Alright, so we'll do Western and Eastern first. So I'm going to do Eastern first. For me, it's going to be orange. I don't care what you use. Okay, now, who is going to divide Rome in half? Organic? No, it's not Constantine. Emma? Diocletian is going to divide it in half. He divides Rome into half in the Eastern and Western Hemisphere. Why? Does everyone know? Is he doing it because to save it or to hurt it? He's trying to save it. However, what's the impact of it, Matthew? For sure. It's going to lead to the direct decline. However, now once it's divided, who is going to be the most important emperor post the division of Rome? Constantine. So Constantine is going to be the first really strong ruler, and he is going to be spearheading what will become the Eastern Empire. Now, the Eastern Empire is going to have the capital of Constantinople. Why is it called Constantinople? Because his name is Constantine. So, Constantinople is going, the eastern half of the empire is going to be thriving. The Eastern Empire of Rome is going to thrive. Who can tell me why is Eastern Rome going to thrive while Western Rome, Western Roman Empire is going to crumble? Why, Tristan? It's close to proximity to Asia, so what's going to be happening there that's not going to be happening in... Yes, they're going to be making lots and lots of money off of trade. Okay? Western Europe is going to be playing with sticks. They're doing nothing. They're like struggling to exist. So, Eastern Roman Empire is going to continue to thrive. By the way, green is my Eastern. Everything that's happening in the West, okay, is everything comes to a standstill because there's no organized territories anymore in the Western Hemisphere. In the Western Roman Empire, nothing is happening. Why isn't anything happening like organized? Who is conquering territory here like crazy? Matthew? No, the Huns are in Asia. The Huns push people into Rome. The Huns don't make it to Rome. The Visigoths, the Vandals, the Visigoths, the Gallians, all of your Germanic tribes are starting to take over. Now, are these Germanic tribes organized? No. All they're doing is just stealing stuff and burning things down. That's all they're doing. So they're not raising a government or anything, which is why we call it chaos over here, because nothing is really happening because they're just getting killed off really, really quickly. Alright, so now we're going to look at the spread of religions. I have markers, so I'm going to use markers, but you can use colored pencils and crayons, but I wanted to be fancy. So I'm going to do Christianity first. Christianity for me is going to be green. Now, Christianity is going to be started where? Sweetie, I'm in the middle of AP World, girl.
Okay, can I come like in lunch?
Sure.
Okay.
It's going to start in Jerusalem, okay? Jerusalem is the home of Christianity, okay? Jesus is going to die there, okay? Paul of Zars is going to be dead there. That's why we have a massive, important temple called Temple on the Rock. Isn't that what it's called? God, we're bad. I'm such a bad Catholic. Yeah. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Anyway, you'll be studying it around. Okay. So, Christianity is going to spread coming out of this territory. Now, as you can see, a lot of it is going to be heading in which direction? East or west? West. Where is Christianity going to become incredibly prevalent? East or west? West. Now, you are going to see it is going to make it into India as well. Via what? Silk Road. So, some of your caravans or your traders are going to carry Christianity into India. Where doesn't it reach? China. It doesn't make to China. People in China are not going to convert to Catholicism or Christianity later unless they're forced to do it or by missionaries who are coming into the region and kind of pushing the religion on people. Does that make sense? During this time, people are picking it up because they want to pick it up. And we're going to see that is going to occur here to a degree. Most of it's going, though, west. So most of your Christians are to the west, yes.
Isn't it Dome of the Rock?
Dome of the Rock, there you go, see? What a good, thank you. I couldn't remember. All right, then we have Hinduism. Now, Hinduism is going to be coming from what region? Don't tell me India. India doesn't exist until 1947. What region?
South Asia.
South Asia. So we're going to see that Hinduism is going to start spreading into Southeast Asia. Okay? How much do you think it's going to be adopted, though? Not that much. Okay? So then we have, finally, Buddhism. Now, Buddhism is going to start from India, or South Asia. It is going to come. It's going to spread southward. It's also going to be spread into Southeast Asia. However, it's also then going to beginning to go where? Where else does it go in a massive way? It goes to East Asia in a major way. And why does it go to East Asia? Silk Road. Buddhism is going to be the most popular religion along the Silk Road until what religion? Islam. Islam is going to be the most popular religion on the Silk Road once we get Muhammad talking to Allah in 610, but we haven't officially got there yet. This side's complete. I'm going to give you a minute to start, and then I'm going to do the other side just to make sure we have plenty of time. Because even though we started promptly with no distraction, I'm a little concerning about time. Hannah, what kind of coffee are you drinking back there? Very nice. Okay, classic, I see. Okay, got about 30 seconds, because the next one's kind of hard. Ooh. Here, let me check. Are we still doing the vote? Ten seconds. Alright, it's still on. We got 30 minutes. Three, two, one. I just want to make sure we have time on the other side. Alright, here we go. Flip it over. So, we've got the Mediterranean Sea. We're going to fill in a little island of Britain, by the way. I filled that in. All right. Huh? What? Oh, I drew in a couple extra lines. All right, we got Paris, which is right here. We've got the Franks, which is what we call what now? Gaul. We've replaced Gauls with Franks because the people who live in Gaul are called Franks. Okay, guys. Visigoths are what we call modern day Spanish people. We got the Vandals, who are located over here. Okay, of course we have Greece over here. Are you ready for your Greek and Rome test today in AP Art?
We're buying that.
You're buying
I
notes.
didn't study.
Oh, well, that sounds terrible.
You still need to study.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No. I took it.
Even if you use
It
notes.
took me like 25 minutes and you just go through
Constantinople is over here. It's like Anatolia. We have the Caucasus Mountains right here. We have the Tigris, Euphrates, and of course we have Egypt. All right. Now we have we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes, please. I think I lied to you. All right, we got Byzantine Empire, and this will be its peak in 527. This is all CE now. We got territories added. And this will be under the reign of, so Byzantine, this is before Justinian. Territories added is with Justinian, just kidding. So this is at its peak. Then we have the Sassanid Empire, which is the last of what empire from period 2? Persians. We have the Angles and the Saxons, who are also what we consider Germanic tribes. We got the Franks. Franks and beans. And we got the Visigoths. And then we have the Carolinians. I like the Carolinians. I think they're pretty cool. Charlemagne's a pretty boss guy. His dad is Charles Martel, known as, what is his name? It's a cool nickname. Can't remember what it is at the moment. It's something like Death Becomes Me. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's do big stuff first. Let's do Byzantine Empire, and we'll do the extension. So, for me, Byzantine Empire is going to be dark green. Okay, so the Byzantines are going to call themselves the New Romans, and they are going to try to conquer all of the former Roman Empire. Look at you people using all your facts. So, they are going to conquer as much of former Roman territory as possible. They're going to do pretty well, as you can see. Okay? So, when Rome falls, there's a little bit of a gap between what will become the Byzantines and what will be the former Eastern Roman Empire. The Byzantines were the first empire to really rise in the Mediterranean basin post-Rome. A lot of people say they're a continuation of Rome. AP World does not want you to say that. However, they're going to base a lot of stuff on Rome. However, one of the biggest differences, they don't speak Latin. They speak Greek. And that's another fun fact, so they get thrown back a little bit more. Another fun fact is they use the 12 tables. However, they rewrite the 12 tables and eliminate some of the extra crap. And they call it the Justinian Code because what ruler is in power when they did this? There you go. Look at you people. Alright, this is the territories expanded, this light. As you can see, they're going to conquer Italy, and that's a very big deal. Now, as you can see, the Byzantine Empire, is it large or is it pretty small? It's pretty damn large. And they are the first Christian empire ever in the history of the world. So with that being said, they are going to be the leaders of Christianity for a long time. So the first popes are going to be located where? In the Byzantines in Constantinople, which is their capital city. Now, because Byzantium is so big and we still have Christians in Western Europe, we're going to see that there's going to be a huge difference between Byzantine Christians and Western European Christians. Because of that, we're going to have a break in the church. What do we call a break in the church? It was one of your terms today. A schism. Anyone here Eastern Orthodox Christian? Are you really? Really? Yeah. Like you're like Russians are Eastern Orthodox, Turkey. Huh? Armenians are definitely. So in your church, you have like gold halos around all of your saints? Yeah, that's so cool. I always have like one kid. Damn. Okay, so she's Eastern Orthodox, which is super cool, Saran. She's Eastern Orthodox. There's a huge difference between her faith and my faith, which is Roman Catholic. She prays to her saints and asks them for help, don't you? Okay, she's okay. We won't tell your mother that, but she does. And Roman Catholics, you're not allowed to pray directly to him. You're supposed to pray to Jesus, and then Jesus sends the saints to help you. You only talk to Jesus, you don't pray to the saints. And her faith, they pray directly to the saints. They call them icons. They also worship paintings, images, and statues. Roman Catholicism, are you allowed to worship statues, pictures, you're not. So because of that, because of the difference in how we worship, we have what we call the Great Schism, which is why she is Eastern Orthodox and I am Roman Catholic. So there's a huge difference between the faiths. So much so that a lot of my people, Roman Catholics, go from Rome, take their little boat, sail to Constantinople, and do the iconoclasm, which is they take hammers and like essentially baseball bats and beat the shit out of all of their relics. Yeah, they go into churches and break everything. And then they get on their boat and sail away. It's very mature, if that's what you're thinking. Okay, oh, absolutely. Oh, sorry. So, anyway, the iconoclasm, which is what I just described, where they're coming in and they're destroying all of the statues and all of the symbols that the Eastern Orthodox, what we'll call today Eastern Orthodox, are praying to. They destroy them. And obviously, would all the people in the Byzantine Empire want to be associated with the Romans who just came in and smashed all their priceless items? No, so they're like, screw you people, we're doing it on our own. And the Romans are like, yes, good, we want to do it on our own. So then that's why we have the Great Schism, which is why we have Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox. This is the first break in the church. Saran, that's so cool. Now, Saran, how long are your masses? You're not a practicing one, are you? Are your parents practicing? Do they go to church? They do? So does mine. How long are your services? Like an hour? Oh, okay. But you're supposed to go all day. Oh, okay. So there's some Eastern Orthodox churches that on Sundays you're required to be there for 5 hours. They're like super hardcore about it. There's an Egyptian Eastern Orthodox church in like Carrollwood that you go for 7 hours to church. That's a long time. Like an hour is in complete silence, so you can really get close to Jesus and like all these other things. So it's just interesting how different backgrounds come from. All right, so your Angles and your Saxons, they're all in England, way up here. Your Franks are obviously in France. Franken beans. What? They're way over here. What? Why is that a whoa? They're located in France. Franks and beans. Don't worry, they're not organized. It's not until the Carolinians come around do the Franks actually like pull their crap together. Alright, then you have the Visigoths. The Visigoths are in Spain. We're kind of just doing Visigoth stuff for a while. Just kind of hanging out. Terrorizing the Franks mostly. It's pretty cool. This thing sucks. Franks and beans, Franks and beans. Is it getting in your head? Good. Visigoths are over here. And then we have the Carolingian Empire, which for me is going to be a striped box. I'm going to do it with blue. So for the Carolingian Empire, it's this dark blue, and then you're going to see I'm going to draw some lines between it. So the Carolingian Empire is going to be the first major Western European empire post-Rome. As you're going to see, they're going to conquer what major important religious city? Rome. And they are going to defend the Pope. So at this point, the Pope, who is located at this point in Rome, is going to select Charlemagne to be his protector instead of the king, the Emperor of Constantinople. How well do you think that's going to go over? Not well. Which one is more affluent, Byzantine or Carolingian? Byzantine. Why is the Byzantines more affluent? No. They have more trade, for sure. All the Silk Road items. By the way, I'm done. All the Silk Road items are going through Constantinople. Western Europe is just playing with sticks. I would love to. Is that better? If I just do that? So, Western Europe, there's nothing going on here. Byzantines have the only things that are going on. As you can tell, we're not really even talking about Russia because, like, nothing's happening in Russia. They're all growing beards. It's going to be a big thing because we're going to cut them off. And then we're going to grow them again. You think I'm kidding? You have to know for your AP exam when the Russians are growing beards and when the Russians are not growing beards. Why? Because when the Mongols control Russia, they all have to grow beards. So then when Peter the Great comes into power, he forces everyone to cut their beards. And if you didn't cut your beards because you liked the beards, because, 500 years of wearing beards, he would just execute you. Could you imagine? Oh, why did Steve get killed today? He just wouldn't shave his beard, man. Anyway. Well, they're trying to, lose their Mongolian influence, which, if you've ever looked at Russia, including to this day, definitely to this day, have you noticed that Russians don't really fit in Asia or in Europe? They're just kind of odd. Like, they don't vibe with the local politics. The reason is because the Mongols are going to conquer Russia for about 600 years. They're going to conquer China for about 200 years. They're going to conquer Persia for about 300 years. It's almost twice as long as the Mongols were in Russia. And when the Mongols are controlling Russia, everything is pretty much locked down and very little movement is occurring. So the culture became super, super embedded, which is why they're kind of odd. They don't fit into the regional politics because their doors were closed. And when they opened their doors, they were like, oh my God, everyone evolved so much faster. And then they're like, no, we're going to keep our serfs for an extra 300 years. Yeah. They've kind of been behind for a long time. It's fine. We'll get there. Because who the hell wants to live in the north? Do you want to live in Siberia? If you look, most of Canada is below the center line of Russia. Most Canadians live on the lower half of Canada, which is in the lowest parts of Russia. Very few people live above the halfway mark above the Russians because it's Siberia. And who would want nice and cold? It's horrible and cold. So no one really lives up there. And most people are living on the European side, not the Asian side anyway. Gulag jokes? That's like making Holocaust camp jokes. It's the same equation. Jesus, you make Holocaust jokes too? What type of people do you hang out with?
Well, no, I'm not saying like on the internet. You know?
Oh, okay. Well, yes.
Well, yeah.
And also seniors.
Seniors?
Yeah.
Seniors don't do
Yes,
that.
they do.
Seniors
What's seniors? I think it's still too soon to be making Holocaust jokes.
I
think we can all agree.
Soap jokes to the Jewish people.
There was an episode
No.
of South Park where they were talking about like the limit of like how long you have to wait until you start making jokes about something.
And what did South Park verdict come to?
They figured it was 20 years.
20 years? No, I'm still thinking it's still a little early for Holocaust jokes. No, you disagree back there, Mia? You think we're primed and ready for some Holocaust
I didn't
jokes?
say that. At all.
I'm going to say no on the Holocaust jokes.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know. I don't think we're really ready for AIDS jokes, are we?
The what?
AIDS jokes? That was
AIDS
epidemic.
jokes?
Yeah, AIDS, like HIV, AIDS.
Oh, I thought
People do.
I thought you said it.
No, you can make fun of me because I'm old. I got it. I'm fine with that.
There's Ebola jokes.
Yeah, but
That's what? Why am I recording this?
yeah.
And